So guys, your SawStop has deployed. Hopefully it's rescued one of your fingers or your limbs or whatever. Hopefully you never have to do this, but we do need to show you how to change a blade, and it's been a question during the previous presentations about how do we change a blade. Frankly, it's not difficult, but you just need to know where things are. So the first thing we're going to do is we're going to look under this side of the machine, and Gillian's going to get down and just take a picture. So basically you have your spanners stored here on the side of the machine. So we undo those. Don't lose that in the pocket, and then the spanner's off. Okay, so the next thing we do, when the SawStop is deployed, you'll see the riving knife above the table, but the blade will have disappeared. Because during the last presentation I've actually re-lifted the blade, what you normally do is you wind the blade down. So there we are, we wind the riving knife down. It'll be quite stiff, that's normal. And then you'll reach it, you'll feel a click, and that's basically now it's reset. And then you can lift it up, and then the riving knife is in the right place with the blade. So we lift that up. So next thing we do is remove this cover. Very easy. And then all we do is slide that cover off now. Of course, making sure, guys, you disconnect the power. We are currently disconnected. So the blade is there, the riving knife is there. If you look over here, Gillian, everything green on a Festool again. It's a doing button. This green lever here releases the riving knife and the guard. Don't take the guard off, leave the guard on, but just take the riving knife and remove the riving knife. So next thing we have to do is, if you look down there, you can see that the cartridge is now almost welded to the blade. The two are stuck together. So what we're going to do is slacken off the blade. Put my gloves on because it's still sharp. Now normally you have two spanners. One goes on the back, like so, and one will go on the front. But because the blade is now solid, you don't need to put the one on the back for now. So all we need to do is line your spanner up and loosen that, because the blade is locked. So now we've loosened that, and it is a normal thread, so lefty loosey, righty tighty. Take that off. So I'm just going to leave that loose for now, but it's free. And the next thing we're going to do is we're going to take the cartridge out. So back round the underside if we can. Gloves on, gloves off. So what we're going to do here now is there's a button here or a switch here, so we turn the switch horizontally, and now that reveals this area here. And you can see the cartridge, it's held on by this pin. So what we're going to do now is we're going to turn the pin up, and you press it again and you can hear a click, and that releases the pin. Taking the screw out, the next thing we need to do is just prise the blade off. As you can see, it's almost off there, and that loosens up the cartridge now. So when it comes to removing the pin, you'll find it easier to pop the blade first and then remove the pin here. So you take your pin out, and again, use your little pry bar. It's just a little assist. We'll try it without first. So I'm just going to give it a little nudge with the pin, with the pry bar, and there you go. And there is your cartridge and blade. So we'll put that to one side. So next, you need your cartridge. Kelvin Power Tools stock the cartridge. Pop that out. Okay, and you've got these mounting holes. So you've got here and here, and if we look down underneath again now, the way to present it is that way, because that's the radius of the blade. So all we need to do, can you see in there, Gillian? Yeah, slide that on the top pin at the top. Get in the right direction, so I'll pop that one on there. And just point out before I put that in, there is this connector here, like a computer connector. You can see it there. And that's it on. A little nudge. There we are. We're on, I hope you can see that. So that's on. Next we pop the pin in. Just turn it round till it slots in, and then down. So that's it now fixed. And next we'll just close that again now and we can put the blade on. And again, Kelvin have the blades, and they have all the blades as well, so including the plastic and the aluminium cutting blades. Put that out of the way. Okay guys, gloves on. So next, that locates over the spindle. And you have a flange and the nut, and obviously the flange you locate got the screw in there now already. Make sure the flange is down. We just wind that right down now. Can you see that there, Gillian? Wind that in. So now we need our second spanner now because the spindle isn't locked. So it's one on there, one on the back and one on the front. And away we go. Not over tight, not under tight, but tight. And there you go. Next thing we do is the riving knife back on. You have these two holes in the riving knife, and these correspond, if you can get in there, you'll see two holes on this, two pegs on this device. Simply line them up, locate, green lever down, and there we're on. So that's now fixed. And then we slide the cover on. Make sure it's flush there. Flush there. And now we're in position. And what I would do at this stage as well, I would just do a quick self-test. So plug the tool in and touch the blade. Make sure the red light is flashing as we showed you on the presentation. And then you're set. And then we're away. SawStop done. So I hope that helps, guys. Any questions, contact Kelvin Power Tools or via Instagram and Facebook. We'll be happy to help you.